Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys I'll be checking out this interesting video, and it's titled Candace Owens best moment in 2023 in 10 minutes. And you guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're here to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what Candace Owens has for us in this video.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Of course you are.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement.
Yeah.
Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement. Hello.
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
I'm like so excited to speak to you right now. So
You're so sweet.
so what can you say to those people who think the system is rigged?
If you believe the system is rigged against you, the system will become rigged against you.
Period.
If you see yourself as a victim every single day, you will become your own oppressor. There's no doubt about that. I knew that I could become whatever I wanted if I worked hard, right? So every single day I was willing to put in work because I realized that there was never going to be more opportunity than me being a person that was born in America during this time. If you were born in America right now, you are amongst the most privileged people that have ever existed on the face of the planet.
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
Of course, there's examples in the history of the world where you would have been privileged if your skin was white, especially in this country. But today, no, white privilege does not exist.
When did it end?
Like when there stopped being laws in place that stopped me as a black person doing what you are able to do as a white man.
When?
What do you mean?
Mid-1970s.
Mid-1970s. So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately
Because
to their population.
they committed more crimes.
Why? Why did they commit more crimes? Is it
Because we
they're
ripped
black,
apart
or
the
was it
family.
Saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing what's going on through the police brutality, through injustice,
I
all
love
this stuff.
This is so,
You're
I love that behind me there's like black people rolling their eyes, but the two white guys are yelling at me, telling me that I don't agree with them. This is what I love about white liberals, right? Like they know it's so important
You're a
for
Marxist.
them to sell us our oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're under grace. Hey, just say
Can
it.
you speak for
well,
all
why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would be
not.
great, okay?
So my fiance and I are huge fans. We have a wedding in June, and I want to hear your best advice for like a newly married couple.
Gosh, you know, my best advice would be not to listen to anybody because people, well, first off, I will admit our love story was a little crazy. I met my husband and then we got engaged 18 days later. So fair. We had a little bit of outside criticism, but I knew he was the one. What I would say is to ignore the cultural messaging. People make you so fearful to get married, especially because you're young. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, you got the rest of your life. Your life begins once you're married. You never feel more secure. You're married to your best friend. You know, you're not even thinking about the itch to go out and to meet some new people because every day you wake up and you have your best friend there. And I can't explain to you what that fills you with emotionally. It's going to be beautiful. The journey is going to be wonderful, and everything that they're telling you culturally is a lie. Your life is just about to begin. It's not over.
Wow.
So God bless you guys on your journey.
Thank you. God bless.
You guys, one thing I love about Candace Owens is that she doesn't hold back when she is dishing out some certain advice. Like, this woman is so intelligent and well articulated that I think her advice should be compiled into a book so that so many people can go through it and just live life by them. This is very, very beautiful. I love Candace Owens so much, and I could listen to her speak all day long. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far. And you guys, let's continue watching.
How do you dismantle a victim mentality on a person-to-person level?
I think the first thing is to stop coddling people. And in reality, people need to stand up and tell people sometimes not every single feeling you have is valid. My first pregnancy, when I was 9 months pregnant, women go through a phase that's known as nesting. And typically what it means is that you clean your whole house. So I didn't do that. My nesting period, I would not allow my husband to move 1 foot away from me. I thought he was going to die. And if he went downstairs and I woke up from a nap and he wasn't there, I cried. My feelings weren't valid. He didn't need to shackle himself to me and pretend that what I was feeling was real. And I cried and I told him I thought he was going to get eaten by wild hogs in DC. I mean, totally insane, because I read an article about an old woman who got eaten by a wild hog in Texas. It's crazy. It's really important to tell people that every feeling they have is not valid, to stand up to that, to say that to them, to show them what their future looks like if they follow this mentality, how they will break down relationships, how nobody will want to deal with them, and then to give them the tools to conquer victimhood with victorhood. You're telling me that I can put my butt cheeks on the internet for free, and that's gonna stick it to the man? Free the nipple is an Instagram campaign? Oh yeah, he's gonna be really upset, ladies, when you're naked on the internet. You're telling me that women are being taught to have multiple partners as some act of sexual freedom. Oh yeah, ladies, it's really gonna suck when you tell men, I don't want a relationship, but I'll sleep with you for nothing because modern feminism says that that's good. It sucks. Oh, now I get to work just like a man, hours day in and day out. Dude, we were just cooking. I love cooking. Who fought for feminism, modern feminism? People keep thinking that these are things that women liked. And when you actually look at happiness, women are not happy anymore because we're being told that we still have to be a woman, but also be like a man. It shouldn't be like that.
I'm going to keep it short and simple. What is your take on climate change?
I believe the climate changes. I definitely believe the climate changes. I'm from New York and Connecticut. In fact, I know it does, but I keep being wrong in their climate predictions because it is a way for the government to tax you into oblivion and make you believe that you are being taxed for something virtuous when in fact you are not. It is absolutely ridiculous to believe that even if the world was going to end in 10 years, that government tax would somehow fix it, especially since the people that contribute the most in terms of carbon emissions is China, and they're never in any of these agreements. It's an absolute nonsense, it's a farce, and I hope that students wake up to it.
We have traveled all the way from Honduras just to be here this weekend. We are so inspired. Our entire country is inspired what Turning Point does. We have noticed that the attack on marriage, life, and family is a global agenda. So the question we had for you was, do you think that raising awareness that this is a global agenda and that uniting nations should be beneficial for our fight?
I actually totally agree with you. It is a global agenda, and that's why we talk about globalists in general. And what they're after, obviously, is the subjugation of humanity, which is why I say it's literally enslavement. If you can't take care of yourself, you're a slave. There's a chapter in my book where I talk about the recreation of slavery, like quite literally what happened in American slavery was ensuring that slaves weren't allowed to read, that they weren't educated. Today, Americans are convinced they're educated, and we've never been dumber. We actually, from an IQ perspective, have never been dumber.
So, like, I just turned 18. If I was a consenting adult and I wanted to identify in a certain way, do you feel like that's something that should be interfered with, or do you feel like because I'm an adult and I can do what I want, I can express how I want? Or do you feel like there still is a duty to kind of combat that in a sense?
I think that one thing that is mistaken is this idea that personally, if you want to identify as a fox every day and bark around Central Park, I don't care if you're not impacting me. It really, that doesn't, I would caution you against it as a friend. I think it's important when people are suffering from various mental disorders, as a friend, you should tell them this, your life isn't going to end very great if you keep following and pursuing this path. I think the moment that transgenderism as an ideology became problematic is when they started insisting on it as something that's taught in the school system, as something that's being taught to children. This is when it really woke me up and turned me into a bear, because I will not allow my children to be intentionally confused by professors. In the future, it is going to be extremely problematic if people do not.
Wow, you guys, I totally agree with what Candace Owens said in the last clip. She was absolutely right. And let me know your thoughts on this one so far. What are your thoughts on these various video clips? Do you think that Candace Owens' advice was valid in every one of them? Leave your thoughts in the comment section and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
Wake up to the fact that it is the nuclear family that is under attack, and it is because the government wants to seek omnipotence and control over every aspect of your life.
Going to your point about the nuclear family, do you not see any problematic things in terms of what the nuclear family has been in the past, in terms of oppression of women and control in the household, even a rule where you can punish your wife, beat her, things like that? You don't see that coming back into play
Well, I don't think that could possibly come back into play. Of course, no matter what, there's nothing that's a perfect system. I think that the nuclear family works the best. Going into the future, I don't think that it's going to create a scenario where women are getting beat, and those sorts of things are put into place systematically. And I will stress again that there is nothing better than being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. So I think it's just the way that it's been reintroduced to us to think that it was awful, but a lot of these things were actually great. So.
There is this emphasis, by the way, and I would say this is in lockstep with feminism today, on telling women to act like men. Yeah, would you agree? Like, you could go, you want to be like a man. You can do that all by yourself. You don't need a man. All my single ladies, where are we at? Let's work 9 to 5. What? I don't want to, what? I want to stay home and cook, barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen. I'm cool with that. I like to bake. Leave me out of this feminist nonsense. So now women are being told that they can do it all. And so guess what happens, ladies? You're going to have to do it all, right? Literally, because you're still the person that has to have the kids. Only one of you body is going to be able to produce the milk that these babies need, getting maternity leave off to sprint back to work. Who chose this life for us? Send me the rabid feminist that chose this for us.
People will have premarital sex. And when that happens, a baby will happen. So wouldn't it be better for the child's sake and happiness to not be born at all, and then to have a deadbeat father and a promiscuous mother, or even when rape happens, having a child raised like that? What type of family value is that?
One of the things that the left is really great at is arguing in extremes, right? So I first want to say that to argue into the extremes is not productive, because as a government, you have to create policies that are good for the majority of people. You're never going to get it perfect, but the majority of people. The second thing that I want to speak to is you saying that you don't think it's, that situation that you would want to be born into. Well, I have done a lot of work with people who were the children of rape scenarios, and they're glad to be alive. So it's not our decision to say whether or not someone's life is valuable. Somebody who was raised in not the greatest circumstances and who came from a broken family, I sure as hell am glad that I was born.
Wow, you guys, that was very, very interesting and very educating. My respect for Candace Owens every day, anytime. I really enjoyed every minute of this video. It was so refreshing to watch. It was funny and also very educating. Let me know what you guys think about this video so far. I really had fun reacting to Candace Owens. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.